Hello, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Force with some more Friday Night Magic. This is not a good hand. Let's draw a new one. Oh my gosh, are you serious? Can't take this. Draw a new hand. Alright, guess we'll keep this one. It's not amazing, but I do have at least something with the Undying Evil as well as the Tormented Hero. That's a thing. That's a thing that we can do. So today we're going to be playing a black and green Golgari Rush deck. We've got some early creatures in the black. In the green, we've got some creature pump up, and then we've just got some fun techie things like Graveyard Fetch with Treasured Find. And then again, we do have the Undying Evil, which is nice. Let's go ahead and play a Swamp, and then hit our opponent for 2 with our Tormented Hero. In hand, you're going to notice this beast here, the Agent of Fate's really amazing card. It's just really amazing. So Heroic is an ability that we have on some of these cards. On this one, for example, if he is targeted by a spell that I control, then my opponent loses 1 life, and I gain life equal to the life lost that way. Also have Agent of Fates. If he is targeted by a spell I control, then the opponent has to sacrifice a creature, which is really, really cool. I'm going to go ahead and play my Forest, and then I'm going to attack for 2. And I think I'm actually going to take a chance and try to play the Agent of Fates if he doesn't do anything here. All right, we're going to play the Agent of Fates. Now, this can be a little bit risky because if he has hard removal, I can't Undying Evil right away. But if he can't remove it right now, we're going to be in a really good position for the upcoming turn. And even if he does kill it, we do have the Treasured Find. Oh, wow. Okay, he is running at least a 1, 2, 3, 4 color deck. So what I'm guessing and seeing 4 colors that he's probably running a 5 color deck, which is kind of crazy. Right now, I am just going to swing for 5. And that's it. I'm not going to Titanic Growth. I'm not going to Undying Evil. I want to save that for when he's got creatures in play for me to trigger off of the Agent of Fates. Whenever he plays a creature, I can play one of these instants and force him to sacrifice it right away. Or, I can wait till it's my turn, when something else is happening. Or if he tries to kill this, I can Undying Evil to save it. Alright, so he's going to play this. Target opponent sacrifices a creature. You gain life equal to that creature's toughness. Alright, I think I might just sack the Tormented Hero and not waste any of this stuff. I think that's what I'm going to do. I could have saved it with Undying Evil, but again, I want to save that to use with my Agent of Fates. That's preferable. And we're gonna hold on to the Treasured Find too. I mean, we're just gonna sit tight and we're gonna keep chugging away with it. We could potentially win with this one creature. If he tries to burn it, I can Titanic Growth to save it, or I can Undying Evil to save it. If it dies, we can Treasured Find to bring it back. We've got the Prey Upon as well. I mean, we've got several avenues here, which are really, really good. But he pretty much, unless he removes this creature, he cannot play a creature. He is just screwed. I literally think we're just gonna win with the Agent of Fates. We just picked up another instant cast, which is Cutthroat Maneuver. He is screwed. He is done. We're gonna kill our opponent. We are going to kill our opponent with a single creature card. Well, I guess we got a few swings off with the Tormented Hero as well. This is so funny. Alright, he's going to play Ground Assault. So that's going to deal damage to my creature equal to the number of lands that he controls. Now, I can save it 2 ways. I think I'm going to save it with Undying Evil, because this is going to let us win next turn. So Undying Evil means it gets Undying until end of turn. So when it dies, it actually comes back with a 1/1 counter on it. So now it is a 4/3. Okay? And now next turn, okay, he's gonna Reprisal. Destroy target creature power 4 or greater, can't be regenerated. Okay, that sucks. That actually, I can't stop that from happening. Alright. So I guess I should have done that differently. We're gonna get the Agent of Fates back. I guess I should have done that differently. I mean, I didn't assume that he was gonna have a second removal, but looking at how it played out, I should have Titanic Growthed it first, which would have saved it from that first bit of damage. And then had he Reprisaled it, I could have brought it back with Undying Evil, but I didn't know, I didn't know how that was gonna play out. So here's a Genesis Hydra. That's fine. Oh, yes. Whew, we got really lucky. If he had done that for 6, he would have got the Inferno Titan. But we're going to be able to kill that. So that's all fine with a Prey Upon. Or anything, really. Let's play Agent of Fates. Actually, no, we can kill it with Undying Evil. So I'm going to wait till his turn to kill it. By kill it, I mean force him to sacrifice. I'm going to wait until he tries to use removal on my Agent of Fates, and then I'll just play Undying Evil since it's an instant. That works, that works. Alright. So unless he's got double removal again, this should work out. Target opponent sacrifices a creature. Okay, so we're going to attempt to save it this way, and if he has a second removal, then we're screwed. But he's still losing his creature here, because we're targeting our dude, so he's forced to sack his creature. Undying gets applied. We are forced to sack our creature, okay? It comes back from Undying. Now the question is, does he have another removal? Does he have a second removal again? No, he's got a Talrand Sky Summoner. We win. We win right here. We can Titanic Growth. It's going to force him to sack his creature. I mean, there's a bunch of different things we could do. Actually, why don't we just do this? Gonna pump him up a bunch. Oh, I just threw away a victory. I mean, I think I'm gonna win no matter what. I'm about to draw 7 cards, but I could have just won with Titanic Growth. I just saw Hunter's Prowess and I wanted to play it because it's awesome. We get to draw a card for each damage dealt, so we get to draw 7 cards. Yo, it's so hilarious. All right, let's throw these in the graveyard. And that, okay. Yeah, we get to get those blood guys. So we did just throw away a victory, but I'm pretty sure we're still gonna win anyways, so I'm not super concerned. We can probably just win with a Bloodghast. Shadowborn Demon, he gets to destroy a creature. Man, oh well. I mean, we're still good, don't worry. We are still good in the hood. Because what happens is, we play a land, and Bloodghast come into play whenever we play a land, and Bloodghast have haste if opponent is under 10 life, which he is. So we get to do that. And then we win, yeah, we win just by attacking for 2. So let's just go ahead and move into combat phase, or attacking with 2, because he only has 1 creature to block. And we can do this a few ways. So what I'm gonna do here is we're gonna Cutthroat Maneuver. Okay. And then we are going to Titanic Growth to pump up this guy. Which, would that save him? That's gonna be 2, yeah, this would save him. I'm just thinking if he kills this guy, I want something that will save him from that death. There we go. Excellent, excellent indeed. Game number 1. And now on to game number 2. Elvish Visionary, I guess, makes me keep this hand. Yeah, we can keep a hand with Visionary because that's going to let us draw into some more cards. So one of the kind of scary things about this deck is we don't actually have a ton of creatures. It's like a handful of relatively small creatures and then a creature pump up, which we ideally try to win with things like Hunter's Prowess, as well as Enlarge, which makes the creature huge, gives a oh nice, another Visionary. So I guess a weak point of this particular deck is going to be anyone who's got ways to deal with those things, those creatures early on. If someone has got the removal for those early creatures that we play, well then we could be in a bit of trouble. Alright, so we're going to play the Elvish Visionary first. And then I'll be tossing down the Tormented Hero. Yep. Well, let's attack first. And then we'll play Tormented Hero. That's the nice thing about Tormented Hero. It's a early game 2/1 for 1. It comes into play tap, but that doesn't matter so much. Since most of the time you're probably not going to want to block with it right away anyways. It's an amazing turn 1 play. Because you basically just get full use out of it without much of a drawback. Here's an Assassinate. So he's going to kill that dude. It's fine. We still have got stuff to swing with here. We've got the Cutthroat Maneuver. We just drew a Titanic Growth. We do have the Treasure Find as well, which we could use to fetch him back, but I don't think that's worth it. My big question is, do I want a Cutthroat Maneuver right now? I don't think I do. Yeah, I don't. Not much use out of that, so I'd rather save it for when we can kill one of his creatures or something. Here's a tribute to hunger. He's going to force me to sack a creature, and then he gains life equal to its toughness. So this guy's got some removal. So this is the sort of stuff I'm talking about. We're facing a deck that's got a bunch of removal here. Nice, we have an Undying. That's good. Yeah, that's good. Let's go ahead and swing him for 1. Again, we're saving our pop-ups for when he's got a blocking creature that we'll want to kill or whatever. And if he's got another removal, again, then we'll be able to trigger the Undying, which is fine. He's gonna Mind Rot me. That forces me to discard 2 cards. Let's get rid of this. And let's get rid of... Enlarge or Prowess. Let's get rid of the Enlarge. I can always fetch something back with Treasure Find. I can fetch one of those things back with Treasure Find, so... Okay. Second Undying, that's awesome. Although it can't be applied to the same creature. But we'll just keep chipping away, I guess. We will just keep chipping away. Do I want to Treasure Find? No, because I want to save for my Undying. He's going to play a 1/4. I mean, I guess we could Titanic Growth to kill that. Yeah, we've got 2, so might as well. Okay, he's gonna let it go through. Fine by me. I as much as I'd like to Treasure Find for the Enlarge, I need to save my mana for the Undying because I really need to save my 1/1. Anything else? No, nothing else. Wow. Alright. Oh, there's a Prey Upon. So I can Titanic Growth, Prey Upon, and then attack. Let me do that. And this still lets me Undying Evil. I'm gonna use that. He popped a Reprisal. Fortunately, this means I can't attack with it right now, but we do get the Eldritch Visionary in play again, which does let us luckily draw a card. That's exactly the type of thing that I need. 4/3 haste, and then if I cast a spell, if it's a second creature spell, I may return this from my graveyard to my hand. Alright, we are going to dump. Man, I don't know. I guess we want to hold on to the Undying Evil for the Vengevine, possibly. Man. Frickin' Mind Rots, dude, I tell ya. Pre-combat Vengevine, I want to swing with it. He's only got 1 card left in his hand. He's used so much now. So he's down to the wire. He's running out of choices here. I know this leaves me tapped out, but I don't know. I think that's the right move. If we draw a land, we probably just win with Vicious Hunger. Okay, he's gonna do 2 damage. We probably just win with Enlarge. If we draw a land. Unless he's got another, there's a Bloodghast. Alright, I'm not gonna do anything too crazy. I'm just gonna swing for 4. I could have Treasure Finded to get back a Titanic Growth to deal 8 damage, but that doesn't even win. Plus that taps me out of black, and I want to save my black for Undying Evil to get Vengevine back, potentially. So he's gonna play a Indulgent Tormentor, 5/3 flying. At the beginning of his upkeep, he gets to draw a card unless I sack a creature or pay 3 life, which I'd probably pay 3 life, but I'm gonna be surprised if he blocks here, so. Okay. So, let us attack. Right? And then he blocks, and I Undying Evil. Or I can Treasure Find and get back Enlarge, but he'll just block that, and the Enlarge will be worthless, and then I couldn't Undying Evil at that point. Okay. We Undying Evil this dude. So he loses his Tormentor. Our guy comes back as a 6/4. Excuse me, a 5/4. What was I thinking? Comes back as a 5/4. Now, unfortunately, I have got no way to save him if he dies. There's the 5/3. We have an Enlarge, which we could just use to win the game. What I'm going to do, though, is I'm actually going to... The Undying Evil doesn't work in this situation. Okay. So I'm going to... Oh my god, are you serious? I passed the phase, which I actually did not mean to do. We should have just won this turn. I don't... And I should have just played a... We would have won with the Bloodghast too. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Apparently I have no idea what I'm doing. I'm gonna Treasure Find. And with it, I'm going to get back... Let's get a Hunter's Prowess. Apparently... This is hilarious. I guess this is another game. I had the win there, and I'm like, oh, let me pass the phase. I did not mean to pass the phase. Ah! Gosh darn it. All right, Bloodghast for 2. Enough throwing the game, Force. Come on. Attack and win. Here we go. There's the match. GG. Even if he's got something, we've got Titanic Growth. It wouldn't matter. He's dead. And for our final match today, pretty decent. Farika's Chosen, Elvish Visionary, and a Vengevine, as well as the Cutthroat Maneuver. We'll keep this. The opponent does get to go first, though. So let's see what he's running. Got a turn one drop here, buddy? Aggro blue or something? No, okay, all right. Good. Let's get the Farika's Chosen in play. Need a second Forest if we're gonna want to play Vengevine on turn 4. I will be playing the Elvish Visionary next turn, more likely than not. Yeah, I think we'll probably be playing the Visionary next turn. The only thing I'm sort of contemplating is whether or not I would want to hold on to it for use with Vengevine in the future, because Vengevine, it gets fetched from graveyard if you cast two creature spells in one turn. So, or if you cast a creature spell and then a spell. No, 2 creatures is what you need to cast. So, all right. Well, let's attack first. Swing for 1, and then we will play our Forest and the Elvish Visionary and draw a card. Nice cantrip. If you don't know that phrase, cantrip basically means a card that, in addition to being whatever card it is, it replaces itself in your hand. So anything that allows you to sort of, or has the effect when you come into play. So you play a card and you draw a card right off of it. It's almost like a free card. All right, he's gonna play a Phyrexian Rager. Comes into the battlefield. He draws a card and loses a life. It's a really good card. It's a 2/2, so it's a nice chunky body too. Now let's see here. Shoot, I actually don't even want to attack right now. So I guess I'll just play the Farika's Chosen and pass the turn. I'm setting myself up for a future turn with Cutthroat Maneuver. I could Prey Upon to kill this 2/2, but I don't really see the point, so If he wants to attack for 2, that's fine. He swings for 2, I swing for 3. Or the flip side is he plays something more imposing this turn, and then I prey upon it with my Death Touch. Okay, he's gonna play a second one of those. Wow. So it's either Vengevine. No, I should play the Vengevine. He's tapped out. Okay, he's got a black, but I'm not worried about counterspells or anything right now. So we're gonna play the Vengevine. And then I'm going to attack with the Vengevine and the 2 Death Touch creatures. And chances are he'll block. Okay, blocks a Death Touch creature. All right. So he loses his 2/2 because Death Touch, if it ever does damage to another creature, no matter how much health that creature has, it'll kill it. You know, unless it's like indestructible or something. But and we've got an enlarge for next turn, which 7, 8, 9 could be the victory potentially. Wait. Oh, it's gonna force him to block. Right. So we play the enlarge, gives a trample, forces him to block 1, and then we attack with the 4/3, which if he blocks that, it'll kill his other creature. So I can enlarge, or I enlarge this. He could block the 4/3, the 1/1 goes through. I'm trying to think of which one to do. This forces him to block the creature. And if he blocks he'll block the 4/3 and he'll have to block this thing. Now this is gonna push more damage through, so I'm gonna actually do it this way. We get to push more damage through this way. So he has to block that no matter what. And if he wants to block actually no, I won't give him that option. So he's gonna block this with a 2/2. I'm saving that for my prey upon. I'm saving my Death Touch creature for my prey upon. Because if he plays like a huge creature this turn, I'd like to be able to prey upon, kill it with my Pharika's Chosen. So prey upon forces 2 creatures to fight, and doing that with the Pharika's Chosen, since it has Death Touch, will kill whatever creature it fights. So that's sort of the philosophy there. He's gonna swing for 2? No, he's gonna save it to block. And that is going to be all she wrote, my friends. Oh, wow, another enlarge. That is hilarious. But he could have a counterspell. So to make sure that this goes through, I'm going to go like this. I'm going to put it on these 2. See? So he has a counterspell. He would have counterspelled my enlarge. So I think I just won myself the game. Because I think if I'd done this any other way, I would have been screwed. So he's going to let this happen. And then what I'm going to do is do a prey upon, which he will counterspell. So he's going to counterspell this. Come on. Go ahead. Counterspell it. Doesn't matter. You're still dead. Voyage's End. Oh, okay. He's bouncing back a creature. I see. And then he's throwing an Undying Evil on his Talrans. Wow. Oh my gosh. Well, so much for me being so sure there. He gets his Talrans back now. Okay. It's not, I can lose. It is not a sure thing anymore. I could very well lose. This is really scary. This is really, really scary because if he's saving mana for counterspells, so I'm gonna Vengevine, which if he has a counter, he'll probably play it. And then this will hopefully open me up for a win with Enlarge. Well, you know what? Let's just see if he has it. Okay, so he does. He's got a counterspell. There's a dissolve. Alright. Oh my god, he's gonna win this game. I was so sure of myself, but he's gonna win this game. He's still got so many cards in his hand. Okay, so we can treasure find, but we can't treasure find and enlarge at the same turn. We don't have enough mana. That is what I get for being cocky. We can't treasure find and enlarge. We don't have enough mana. And he's got another counterspell right here. Wow. Well, serves me right. Too cocky. So GG. Let's wrap things up by taking a look at the deck list for our black and green aggro deck. We have got 3 of the Tormented Heroes. Moving on, 4 Farika's Chosen, the 1/1 Death Touch. Very, very nice, comboed with a whole bunch of things, including Undying Evil. He blocks a creature with the Death Touch, and then you Undying Evil to bring him back. Get the Bloodghast, 2 of these. Pretty cool cards, a 2/1 if the opponent has 2 or less life. If he has 10 or less life, then then Bloodghast has haste, and then whenever I play a land, Bloodghast comes from my graveyard back into play. It's like impossible to get rid of. 2 of the Agent of Fates. It's a 3/2 Death Touch with the heroic of forcing your opponent to sack a creature. The Cutthroat Maneuver, pumping up 2 creatures +1/+1, plus giving them lifelink. Prey Upon for trading creatures. We've got 4 Elvish Visionaries. It's a nice cantrip, early body. And then we can use all of our different pump-up to make it actually more useful in combat. 4 Titanic Growth, pumping up +4/+4. The Vengevine, it's a 4/3 haste that comes back from your graveyard when you play 2 creature spells in 1 turn. Hunter's Prowess, pumping up a creature +3/+3 trample, and then if it deals damage to a player, you get to draw a card for each damage dealt. 3 Enlarge for pump-up trample and force blocking, and then 3 Treasure Find for graveyard fetch. Thanks so much for watching, guys. We'll see you next week for some more Friday Night Magic. Have a good week. Take it easy. Keep watching and keep owning.